So if you guys are wondering, this is part 2 of the last video I posted. I should say I accidentally got into the back rooms. So basically, after whatever happened about the note being covered in the dirt, we picked it up and the note actually said the same thing. But the thing was, the writing actually matched mine perfectly. Like, it looked like I wrote it. So my friend thought that I was actually pranking her. And she left the room and went over to our other friends. So now she thought that I was pranking her. So for 10 minutes straight, I was like, going like, wait, when did I write this? Who has the same handwriting as me? And I'm just like, wait a second. This does not look like my writing, actually. Because I realized that when it said my name on it, that it didn't write my name properly. Instead of it being insert my name, it was insert my name, but at the end, I only have one A at the end of my name. It accidentally put 2 A's at the end of my name. So I knew, okay, so I don't do that with my name. And at this time, I didn't really like write in cursive, but then the next week I started writing in cursive. So the next week after that time skip, we have another time skip, and the next week, my friend, during that same time, I went back to that tunnel just to check it out a little bit more if I should go tell my friend that the note wasn't actually written by me, if you could see by the letter. And then my friend actually screamed my name. So I went over to her, and she was in the locked room, and she told me that the key snapped in half. Like, she didn't even do anything to it. She came back to the same room the next day, well, basically the next week, to see that the key was snapped in half. Like, if someone was actually raging at the key. So now we were actually getting concerned until we heard it. Something you don't want to hear after finding out something bad. We heard someone call up our names. And I thought, am I getting in trouble? So then we went back, and and the person asked me, yo, we keep hearing noises from that room. Don't go into there again, okay? And they said, you can only go in there if I come with you guys. And this person was like the quiet kid. We never talked to him. And let's be honest, he was just trying to get us to invite him over. So we invited them over because we need that evidence. We need to know what is actually in there. So then this time when we actually went back, the key was snapped in half, but we went into the closet. Yes, many closets. And we went into the closet and we saw something nobody wants to see. We saw another note. Okay, but this time the note said nothing. It literally it was a drawing of the tunnel that we went through. So we went to the tunnel with them, of course, but the kid kept like screaming. They were just like, this is too scary. I don't want to be here. You know what? I'll stay here, but it's kind of weird that the key snapped in half. He was still on that, while we were already on what's the note about. So he was obviously stuck in his own la la land. But when we got there, all of a sudden, he turned to us and said, "Guys, I don't think this is a good idea. Look over there. There's a door. Look." I don't know what it leads to, but I hope it's just not another note, he said. So we went into the door in the tunnels. Also, guys, please don't go into tunnels. It can actually be very dangerous. There can be animals and, I don't know, any spooky stuff. Or actually, there can be chemical gases in there. So don't do this. But I was an idiot back then, so let's continue. And when we went in the door, like in the room, it was actually crazy in there. We looked, and it was a sofa. A sofa, and the same doll that I saw, and the doll was there, also snapped in half. But there was a note inside the hollow leg. That's the last thing we wanted to see. I mean, can we please get a break from the notes? It's creeping us out. And then there was another door in there, and we kept following, like, into the door. We went deeper and deeper, but it seemed that there was, like, no end. It was just black that we could see. It was just void, emptiness, mysteriousness. We couldn't see anything, of course. Until we finally, like, started actually seeing something at the end. But what we saw at the end, I didn't actually really see it. My friend screamed, grabbed my arm, and basically threw me in the front, grabbed onto me after, pushed herself forward, and then grabbed me right behind her. And we kept, like, repeating that over and over again, trying to boost ourselves up. And when we finally made it to the end, we heard, like, I don't know, the other guy said that he heard a giggle. I didn't hear anything, and she didn't hear anything, but she swore that she heard something, but she just wasn't focusing on it at the moment. And I actually didn't have my glasses on. I didn't have my glasses back then, but maybe that's why I didn't see anything. Because I just saw pixels there. I couldn't actually tell what was there, but they were actually screaming about. So I guess we will really never know what was actually there in the tunnel. Or was it just our shadow and that was the end, and we were just freaking out over literally nothing. Although, after we got out, we actually saw a sign that said danger. And we were wondering, what? That I swear that wasn't there. But we were idiots, so we just kept going in, like, throughout the tunnel. So we went back to our original tunnel, but then we realized, which way did we go? Did we go backwards, forwards, left, right? Because we keep turning our bodies around because we're paranoid. But then we realize, are we going the right way? Then we see a little exit sign that's pointing the complete other way of where we were going. And we were already walking for like 20 minutes. I had my watch on. And we were already walking for like 20 minutes straight. So we were walking 20 minutes towards the same direction that we were trying to avoid. So I think we're idiots for doing that. We should have kept our sense of direction while we were in there. But of course, we just had to go the complete opposite way that we were actually supposed to be going. So we went the other way until we actually became cooked, fried, boiled chicken. My friend smelled something, and then she's just like, "Do you smell that? Why does that kind of smell like deodorant?" And I'm just like, "Deodorant? Deodorant in a tunnel? Are you insane?" And then guess what? The deodorant smell just kept getting, like, smellier. The smell was so strong. The farther we got back to where we were. Since we had just realized that we've been going the wrong direction. So while we're going back to the other direction to go back to the start of the tunnel, We start walking until we see the same danger sign, and we're just like, yeah, okay, so we're almost there. We probably only have like maybe 5 minutes left of walking until I check the time. You know how much time we actually had been walking? For like half an hour. I'm surprised my calves weren't hurting already. And we were wondering, how far did we actually get in this tunnel? And then we realized, again, we lost a sense of direction. We were confused. But this time, I'm pretty sure we accidentally just kept going forward, and that was just a thought in our mind. I don't know. I was daydreaming in something. And we actually were just walking the same way we were walking before. And we kept going deeper until we got this 4-way thing. Well, it was actually a 3-way thing. And me and my friends were just like, this was not here in the beginning. I think we accidentally just went deeper. I'm pretty sure my friends were smarter than me. That's crazy. So while we were doing this weird spooky stuff, that was when we made the worst decision of our lives. Guys, there's 3 ways. There's 3 of us. What if we all go separate directions, you know? And I'm just like, no, I'm way too scared of the dark for that. So then actually, one actually went by himself in the right direction. And me and my friend had to go to, like, search through the left section. And then we would all 3 check out the forward section, the 3rd section. Until me and my friend actually went too far in the left section. And the other friend was in the right section. We couldn't find him, so we were actually panicking. Because he said eventually he would go over to the left side and find us. And guess what happened? He didn't come to us in time. So then we heard like a random growl. But I'm gonna be honest, it sounded way more like I was coming from outside. But we were so deep in the ground, in the tunnel, like the tunnel was going downwards, that, let's be honest, above us is not really actually really above us. So it wouldn't actually be on land. If anything, it would be like there would be a 2nd-story tunnel. Which that theory was actually correct, because we saw a staircase in the tunnel, and the tunnel was starting to go upwards, and the other person screamed, and that could have actually been our exit. We don't know, but you'll find that out in the rest of the story. So we actually found him back, and he was just like, guys, I'm sorry, but I just couldn't find y'all, so I yelled y'all's name. So then we decided to try out something new.